Catch the latest on Formula One with RJ Rishi Kapoor and Kunal Shah at autoX.in.
Well, as the five lights illuminate, they go out one by one. And here, me and Kunal get offline. Kunal Shah and Rishi Kapoor. This is our latest edition of the race, post-race sum up for you. You're on AutoX. And Kunal.
Hi Rishi, what's happening?
I'm very good, man. Very good race yesterday. Fifth different winner, fifth different car. Wow, faster. Very well done. Bravo, bravo.
Bravo indeed, the way he started and he gave Alonso enough room and then defended very well from Alonso as well. I think some 12 or 15 odd laps. I think brilliant stuff.
And what I always notice is every time he came out of the last corner, he was a lot cleaner than Alonso, even with slightly more used tyres. Brilliant strategy.
Yeah, there's a technical reason. I'm glad you brought it. See, Alonso is the guy chasing.
Correct.
Which means if he needed to make sure his DRS and KERS and everything else work, he needed to have that slight bit more power. So Alonso was harder on the tyres while chasing as opposed to Pastor Maldonado.
Alright, let's take you to the other two cars in top three. Alonso, great strategy for him. The Ferrari, which is half Ferrari, half Sauber, as we all know it. The revving is influenced, if I may call it, has been working for them post the Mugello test.
Ferrari's always had a brilliant pace of development and, we're probably seeing that come alive right now.
Absolutely great. Raikkonen, I think the team were biggest losers yesterday. They could have pitted him just 3 laps before. And Raikkonen could have had a shot at P2, if possible P1.
I agree, maybe I think they're going conservative.
Correct.
Okay. They're still learning tyres. Christian Horner said they're all learning tyres. So I guess Lotus just needs to figure their tyre strategies out slightly bit earlier than they're currently doing.
A problem for McLaren to conserve their rear tyres. Mercedes going through the same. Michael Schumacher crashing and then getting a penalty now for Monaco. What's going on in the midfield?
Well, the midfield is extremely competitive, like you just put. McLaren not only have problems in the rear tyres, but still have problems in the left rear at the pit stops. Okay, Mercedes, it makes everyone feel that their win in China was somewhere a fluke.
Very much.
They're too dependent on temperatures, if I may say so, I guess.
Absolutely.
And otherwise, the midfield is extremely competitive. We've seen Williams win. We've seen Sauber been on the podium. We still have some very quick midfield teams in Sahara Force India and in Toro Rosso. I don't see why they can't perform well as well.
Okay, the biggest comeback in the race was Hamilton. P8, brilliantly driven, one less tyre stop. I think he and Raikkonen were really, really quick in the race.
Yeah, they were phenomenally quick. And, Hamilton had a point to prove. Actually, he had 2 points to prove. The first is his penalty, which, of course, was I wouldn't say unfair, but probably unexpected.
Absolutely.
Okay, and second is, he also had a point to prove, with respect to him being able to work around his tyres.
Are you pinpointing at Michael Schumacher?
Well, no, actually, that was more for Jensen Button.
I really, really got angry on Senna for doing what he did to Michael. Everybody will not agree with me. Everybody says Michael should have.
I agree.
Thank you, you're my true friend.
Thank you very much.
But this championship is turning out to be a tyre championship. If it's your day with the tyres, it's your day with the car, it's your day with the podium.
I guess so. Everybody's happy. When I say everybody, I mean fans are happy with the entertainment Pirelli is providing. But somewhere I do feel that in the next couple of races, there could be slight discontent coming from the drivers and the teams because it's extremely unpredictable.
Correct.
Like you said, whoever makes the tyres work that day is the winner.
So then how does one decide pecking order? How does one predict the championship? How does one develop the car? I mean, it's all a question mark.
Rishi, I realized yesterday my predictions were way off the mark.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to predict this season anymore. Okay. But yes, interesting question. How do teams deal with it? I think they just have to remain consistent.
Yes.
Ensure that if they are not winning, they don't lose too many points on that particular race.
That's what Red Bull did yesterday. Damage limitation it's called. You get the points and at the end of the year you might win. You cannot win if you bet on a Formula 1 car because they're all turning out different on different days. Do not go to a bookie and waste money. You would rather listen to us. Post the race. We'll be joining you very soon post the Monaco Grand Prix and a little before that. Thank you so much, Kunal.
Thanks, Rishi.
We are the best of friends and hope to make friends with you. And you've already made friends with AutoX. So, it's a great combination. We win.
Catch the latest on Formula One with RJ Rishi Kapoor and Kunal Shah at autoX.in.